5 hacks to travel extremely cheap. Welcome back, travelers. If you've been here before, we're glad you're back. If you're new to our channel, we're going to explore ways to travel and explore this amazing planet of ours while sticking to a budget that you can handle. So, without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? So you're looking to hit the road and have an adventure of a lifetime, but you don't have the unlimited budget of all those celebrities and TikTok influencers. And now you're wondering if you'll ever be able to have a halfway decent experience without a small fortune to spend on it. The truth is, absolutely. You can have an amazing experience in any part of the world without being a millionaire. You just need to know how to spend your money wisely to get the most out of your trip. To get you started, we're going to look at the top 5 hacks that will help you travel wherever you want to go, but without having to worry how you're going to buy groceries when you get back. Each of these tips may not seem life-changing, but when you see how much money you can save and how you can enjoy yourself as a result, you'll be digging in the back of your drawers for your passport in no time. Number 1. Apps. You probably have a ton of apps on your phone or your tablet or both already, right? Your favorite stores, your favorite restaurants, but do you have apps that can help you with travel? There are some that you might not have heard of. One is called Spotted by Locals, and it's going to make a huge difference when it comes to enjoying yourself in a new place. That's because you can find out about all the best places in any new area that you visit, and all of them are spotted by locals, the people who live there. You can bet the locals aren't eating at the tourist traps all the time, which means the places they eat are going to have more authentic cuisine and most likely better prices. After all, the locals aren't going to pay those high prices day after day, right? You'll also get information about hotels to stay at and activities that you don't want to miss. And all of them are offbeat, unique things you probably would never know existed if not for those locals. There's also maps to help you locate everything. Next up, you can find apps for things like rideshare, and no, we're not talking about Uber or Lyft. We're talking about apps like BlaBlaCar and Carpool Now. These are ones you may not have heard of before, but they operate in different areas, especially in Europe, and they give you access to rides when you need them at lower rates than the standard options. Number 2, get those hotel deals. Staying in a hotel is probably the most expensive part of your vacation, and it's non-negotiable, right? You need somewhere to stay, but what if you could make it a little less expensive? The key is finding hotel deals that give you a good room, or sometimes even an amazing room at a fraction of the cost. First off, check out deal websites. Sometimes you can find special deals through websites like Expedia or Hotels.com. You might also find special deals and last-minute packages through the hotel website or sites like Booking.com or Kayak. Staying at local places rather than the chains can be a great way to go too. Talk to locals or people who have traveled where you're going, or get adventurous and wait until you get there to look for something. And find out about the small mom-and-pop hotels or bed and breakfasts. You can often save a lot of money and you might get some cool perks too. Some of these locations might have special deals on things to do in the area or free breakfast, or they may even have ideas of other cool things that you can do. Finally, be open to staying somewhere other than a hotel. Often you'll find hostels or even campgrounds in the area that offer a nice place to stay without blowing the budget. They might be a little hard to get used to, but they can be fun. They give you a chance to meet new people, experience more of the area by saving money, and just relax. Number 3, use your points wisely. We've all seen those credit card ads about how you can use your points for free or discounted travel, right? Well, why not take advantage? Check out the credit cards you already have in your wallet. One or more of them might come with these types of options. If you don't already have one, take a look at some of the options out there. Some of the most popular ones for travel points are the Capital One Venture Rewards Card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, and the Bank of America Travel Rewards Card. But you might find others that fit your needs better. For example, if you love to only stay at a specific hotel or fly a specific airline, you might want to get their card, which can help you earn points faster. No matter what card you choose, however, make sure that you're looking at all the different ways that you can spend your points. Some will give you a better bang for your buck if you use them in certain ways, like hotels or flights, or they may give you discounts on upgrades. You might even be able to get free perks or upgrades with certain cards, or you might get discounts on different excursions. You never know what you might be able to get with your credit card unless you look or ask. So make sure you're taking advantage of everything you can get. Number 4, travel someplace unique. Everyone wants to go to Barcelona, Spain, or Paris, France, or Hong Kong, China. But what about Merida or Cuenca in Spain, or Strasbourg and Reims in France? You may not have heard of these places, but they're still beautiful and a great way to experience the country and the culture. And they're not tourist traps. What that means is you're not going to spend as much money traveling to them, and you'll still be able to enjoy the country itself. If you're looking to go to those tourist places, you would need to stay at least close to the area, or you would need access to a vehicle, which would be more expensive. But if you're open to a different type of experience, you could stay somewhere outside the general city center and enjoy what's available. The great thing is you can have an amazing and totally unique experience by going to other areas. Often, all we hear about is going to Paris and seeing the Eiffel Tower. But have you heard of Montmartre or the Path of the Gods in Italy? There are so many cool things that we often don't hear about, but you could have the most spectacular trip to just about any country in the world without ever setting foot in a tourist trap. And that's going to give you a unique experience, a whole lot of fun, and a way to save some money. Finally, number 5, think about your meals a little more carefully. You might not think this is really a travel hack that's going to save you money, but it can be a whole lot better for you in the long run. Often you can find hotels that will offer free breakfast, which is great, and you can get started for the day without spending more than you've already spent. Another option is to pick up some food at a local shop so that you can eat breakfast at your hotel, your tent, or whatever it may be, depending on where you're staying. This could be things like cereal bars or Pop-Tarts. If you have a place where you can prepare a meal, you could have oatmeal or even toast or bagels or something similar. Snacks are another one that you can purchase for yourself ahead of time at a grocery store and carry along with you wherever you go. Lunch is the next thing to talk about, and that's where you'll likely spend the most money. Now, you might think that dinner would be your most expensive, but we're going to advise against that as much as possible. Dinner in general is a more expensive meal because it's often the largest meal of the day. But if you're looking to save money, the best thing you can do is make lunch your largest meal of the day. The reason? Lunch just about anywhere is usually cheaper than dinner. Even if you buy large quantities of food, you generally get a better price. Going to fancier restaurants to get lunch instead of dinner will save you as well. So make your lunch your largest meal of the day and then have a simple dinner instead. You'll save more than you think, and you'll get to experience all the great foods that you want wherever you go. Also, when it comes to meals, try something a little different. Don't go to McDonald's in every country in the world, unless that's your thing and it's going to make you really happy, or maybe you're trying all the unique items on the menu in each country. Instead, look for restaurants that are a little off the beaten path. These are the ones that are set away from the touristy areas and therefore will likely have lower prices because that's where the locals eat rather than the tourists. They're also more likely to have authentic dishes. If you go to a country that predominantly speaks a language other than English, opt for restaurants that have menus in the native language rather than English. Once again, this is going to be a sign that they cater to the locals and the food is probably more authentic, and likely cheaper too. Okay, so that's the 5 travel hacks that are going to help you get the most for your money. But here are a few extras. Number 1, travel light. Skipping a checked bag is going to save you time at the airport as well as a whole lot of hassle. You won't need to worry about lugging the suitcase around with you wherever you're going or waiting for it when the plane lands. Plus, it's going to save you money on the baggage fees. Number 2, be flexible about when you travel. If you're able to go on a last-minute trip or you're willing to adjust your timeline even with a pre-planned trip, you can often get good deals. Even Google lets you search within a few days for flights so that you can see the difference in pricing if you adjust your date. Number 3, skip the souvenirs. You're going on this trip for the experience of it, right? So don't blow all your money on expensive souvenirs. Look for one thing that really symbolizes the experience for you, or just take a bunch of pictures and create a scrapbook when you get home. A whole bunch of souvenirs is just going to fill up your suitcase and your shelves back home, or cost you a fortune in shipping. And you don't need them to remember your trip. Spend the money on experiences instead of things. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we hope that these tips are going to help you when you plan your next big trip, or maybe a series of small ones. If you like this video, make sure to click like below and share it with your friends or anyone you know who wants to start traveling the world without breaking the budget. And while you're at it, click subscribe so you can be notified the next time we post a video on the amazing countries and experiences you don't want to miss at a cost that works for you.